Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, introduce myself. My name is Nur Rohmah. Student my number 2120215. Here I will convey the result of the answer to assessment from the English course.
1. The various kinds of shirk you need to know in order to avoid it. Shirk is often recognized as partnering with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the person who is shirk is called mushrik. This shirk is the most had by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the KBBI, shirk is defined as partnering with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with others. For example, the recognition of the ability of knowledge rather than the ability and power of Allah. Devotion other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by worshipping statues, sacred places, and graves, and believe in the efficacy of ancestral heritage which is believed to determine and influence the course of life. As in Islam, is divided into two, namely shirk akbar and shirk asghar. Grand shirk makes someone who does it leave Islam, while asghar shirk does not cause someone to leave Islam, but can make the introduction to the grand shirk. The types of shirk consist of major shirk and shirk asghar, as previously mentioned. The act of shirk is clearly and big sin, especially if it comes out of the religion of Islam, so that it is clear that the law is haram. 2. Akikah is a sunnah, not an obligation for the mukallaf. Whoever fulfills the sunnah, then for him the reward and virtue. And whoever doesn't fulfill it, he has been negligent but doesn't get sin. Second, basically, akikah is prescribed from the property of the father of the child, not from the property of the mother, not from the property of the child itself, because what is ordered in this case is the father in the hadith relate to Shari'ah Akikah. However, the jurist said it is permissible for another than the father to perform Akikah for the child under the following condition. 1. If the father is negligent and reluctant to do Akikah. 2. If he has asked permission from his father to replace him, perform Akikah for him, and he then allows it. The conclusion is that it is not obligatory for the mother to sacrifice Akikah for her baby. However, it is sunnah for him to do this if the father doesn't do it, or the father can slaughter it because it's far from, or he doesn't know about the bird and the like. Allah Azza wa Jalla will reward you. Third, as for the call to prayer in the ears of a newborn, there is no authentic hadith on this matter. 3. Sheikh Yusuf Qaradawi said that the law of a working wife is permissible and can be a sunnah or obligatory if the woman really needs income, such as when she becomes a widow and no one can support her economic needs. If the husband doesn't carry out his obligations to his wife, the law of the husband not providing a living in Islam is haram and sinful. Giving money for shopping, food, buying clothes, and other basic needs according to the ability to be the husband's obligation. 4. First, the zakat is worship and taxes are obligations for the state. Second, from the aspect of obligations, zakat is only obligatory for Muslims, while people of other religions are not subject to the obligation of zakat. Meanwhile, taxes are obligatory for every citizen, whether Muslim or others. Explanation: zakat is essentially an obligation attached to him as a Muslim as other pillars of Islam that are required by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Why the concept of tax in Islam states that taxes can only be imposed on excess assets, not on income. 5. Hajj with debt. All scholars state that people who do not have the financial capacity are not obligated to perform the pilgrimage. Because of that, debt is not a way that it's justified by the Sharia to qualify people who are able to perform Hajj or Umrah. The MUI decided a fatwa that the payment of the initial Hajj deposit with the processed from the legal debt is permissible on the condition that it is not usurious debt. Then the debtor has the ability to pay off the debt. Among other things, it is proven by having sufficient assets. 6. Arrogance will make people forget themselves, so they always look down on others. In addition, arrogance has an unfavorable impact on oneself and others. Verily, the perfections and glory of man in the sight of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Allah is only in man who truly fears Him. This arrogance is also interpreted as arrogant and arrogant. Someone who has a haughty nature always feels he is bigger and more than others. This trait is very hated in Islam because it makes a person want to continue to show himself great in front of others.